ReAlpha, it's meant to capture the vibes of the original builds while sticking with the final aspects of the game, the final geometry and everything else. It's an interesting compromise, and you can load into the first level and you can start out with your fists ready to punch anyone. There's a surprising amount of dismemberment and other stuff. I think it's really cool. I don't know, I like the original scientist models too. The panic and fear animations look so good on them. And you can really lay them out if you really feel like being an awful person. The ginger scientist is a unique model. It's cool to see it in action here in the final game. Just look at that poor guy. Yeah. I get why they'd be terrified of Gordon after all of this. You can just wail away at them. It's all good. They're automatons. They don't have souls. You can also do jump kicks and everything else. Also, if you punch them repeatedly enough, you can make them float in the air a bit. This serves no purpose, but it is funny. Also, for some reason, there's a model of a Panther Eye lady. I don't know, maybe it was an OC of the creator. I don't begrudge him for it. You can kick her and punch her, but doesn't kill her. You can push her around, though, and there is a blood particle that comes out. I don't know, it's all in good fun. It's just satisfying. Yeah, you can decapitate them, knock off arms, legs. It is a surprisingly brutal mod. The dismemberment system is really impressive. I mean, look at that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. That's mean. Black Mesa scientists deserve better. They shouldn't be bullied just because they sound funny. But yeah, you can leave a trail of carnage behind if you just load into the first level. If you play it normally through the opening credits, that's fine, but you get your weapons if you start out. Also, the health meter is kept at the bottom left. It's more of a graphic-based one. The pistol loads properly, works properly. So you can grab one off one of the first guards you come across, and you can use that for nefarious purposes, of course. Because, I mean, let's face it, it's the opening area of Half-Life. You have a gun. What else are you gonna do? I mean, look at these guys. They know what you're up to. They know what you're about to do with that Alpha Glock. They're just waiting for some slip-up. Like this guy. What if he's a little too rough with the soda machine? Microwave casserole. I love the flip that scientists do when they're hit. It just works so well. It makes it almost comedic. Gord's just punting them around. Maybe Gord's an asshole in this version of the game. Or maybe the player is. Maybe it's a commentary. ReAlpha is the Half-Life mod for Psychopaths. Yeah, they should step slowly around you. You have an itchy trigger finger, but you gotta give some of them the time of day. At least you get through that door. After that, you can do whatever you want. You can bring them back to life with your punches and then remove their limbs one after another. And the guard just doesn't care. He's seen this all the time. It's probably a regular thing for Gordon. What an existence. No head, no arms, no legs, and Gordon's punching you into the air. Okay, now he's had enough. Yeah, this... you could go far with it. Depending on if the scientists are in a scripted sequence, they can still walk around without their heads. And he'll just be checking out these readings without any... oh! Or he'll die. That works too. Now the beauty of the Goldsrc engine. I will say, ReAlpha is worth it if only to screw around in the opening area with the punches and the kicks and the pistol. The other guns in the game are there, if you go ahead to further levels. Now, I should mention, you can also make it to Zen. and you can still punch the Xenian creatures and beat the crap out of the Alpha Hound Eyes or Vortigons. Give them a warm welcome to humanity. Their only experience of humanity was a fist coming at them in their own world. The crowbar still is in this, I should mention. It has some unique animations where you aren't really holding it. It reminds me of how the Time Splitters games handle guns, or even GoldenEye for that matter. Also, climbing ladders is extremely painful for you. It's like where you're awkwardly shambling up each rung. You can also hold down the crowbar to charge up an attack. That would have been a nice feature to have in the final game. And it's usable on your allies. You can turn them into chunky salsa. I don't know. It's just, with Goldsrc, the temptation is strong just to cause havoc with your weapons. The zombies look much different. You can also turn your pistol sideways for gangsta mode, which speeds up the fire rates and improves the aura you're giving off. Now, if you load into a level, you aren't going to start out with the appropriate weapons. You can give them to yourself, though, which does mean you can have the fun of trying to beat down the alien grunts with your bare hands and feet. Kind of reminds me of Angerfoot, in a way. The alien grunts are pretty close to the final. The difference is that the hornets they shoot with a hive hand look different. There's probably some texture differences, though, that I'm just not picking up on. They do look cool, and it is fun to fight them unarmed. Just goes to show how much of a badass Gordon is. He's willing to punch out these gigantic muscular aliens just because he can. A minor issue is that the black scientist heads will still have white hands. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's just splitting hairs. There's probably one scientist body for the Alpha that had to be repurposed for the different scientists. You could probably retcon it as him wearing white gloves or something, I don't know. Flesh-colored gloves. He's wearing someone else's hands, maybe. Everything just seems perpetually terrified of you. Not every gun has a beta redesign, though. The Gluon gun has unique particles, but it doesn't necessarily have a different design. It is cool, though. Kind of reminds me of Star Fox 64's lasers. If you do gear up, you'll find that the rocket launcher has the Alpha model, the one that was seen in that one promo cutscene with the human sergeant. The shotgun also has an earlier model. The hive hand seems about the same. Same with the grenade, the trip mine. It's also clear that Gordon either isn't wearing an HEV suit or he has a short sleeve one. He also pets the rocket launcher. I mean, each to their own. I do like that gun a lot myself. The satchel charge, though, is like a generic package. It doesn't have that more detailed look where you can see it is an explosive with a remote detonator. And yeah, the shotgun gibbs enemies, or blows their heads off in this case. This poor scientist, I put him through the ringer. I'm just so desensitized at this point. The guards must be too. They don't care. Look at them. The Gauss cannon has a slightly different design. It has a handle that sticks out sideways that Gordon holds onto. You get to the point where you're going through the HECU. They're mostly the same, but you can tell they're carrying the Colt 723, which was the original version of the MP5 before being replaced by the MP5 SD and then being replaced by the Colt 723 in the HD pack. They're mostly the same otherwise, as far as I can tell from visuals and AI. Bull squids are odd. They kind of have this white fur color to them. The hound eyes have less detail on their textures. They don't have the blue stripes. And there's a map that if you really want to screw around with the mod, you can give it a shot. It's called Warzone DM. And it has a bunch of different NPC setups and fights that you can start up or load into. You don't start with any guns or weapons, but there's an HEV suit, a teleport, an elevator, and the opportunity to cause a little chaos or a lot of chaos in the opening area. It's good if you really want to see the NPCs in action, how they interact with each other and everything. It's just a nice little touch. ReAlpha, sadly, isn't being developed further, as far as I can tell. It's kind of open source at this point, the idea of letting anyone continue work on it. I hope it is finished and finalized, though, as it shows a lot of promise. I've had a lot of fun with it, even in the state it's in right now. There's just a goofy charm to it. It really capitalizes on what makes the Goldsrc engine special. And the creators for it, I have to give them credit for what they did. It's fun to replay Half-Life with these changes. And I'm hoping that if they don't pick up the torch again, someone else will. Because it'd be nice to see a fully fleshed out Half-Life Alpha mod. There have been attempts, but not all of them have really panned out. Sort of like with the Half-Life 2 beta. I suppose the scope is what holds people up. It's massive at the end of the day. But even in its current state, where it's changing stuff in the base game, the base campaign, that's still pretty cool. And as you can tell, I had fun with it. I suppose that's all that matters at the end of the day. Have you played any other Half-Life Alpha mods? Have you played ReAlpha? What do you think about all this stuff? I'm curious, and I always love to hear what you guys think. Thanks for watching, take care.